Hello everybody, it's Bourbon Bill, and tonight, a very special episode. You might be wondering what's with these fancy Glencairns behind me. Well, wonder no more. Tonight we're going over the glassware that Bourbon Bill uses and has on hand. And we're going to tell you all the tips and secrets of how to get the exact same things. So stay tuned. Alright, first up, it's in screen. Look at these wonderful colored Glencairns behind me. We have the clear. We got the Christmas colors, red and green. We got the gold, the shimmery gold. They also, besides those colors, they also make a blue, which you've seen before on this channel, as well as a black one. Now you might say, well, can't really see the color of my whiskey if I'm using one of those. That's the point. They're blind tasting glasses, so if you're putting up a bunch of bourbons or whiskeys or ryes together, the color does not give it away what it is to you. Can only use your nose and your palate. So, a fun little gift for those that don't have them. You know, a lot of people have the clear ones like this, just the old plain clear Glencairn here. But, you know, fun ones if you have a whiskey lover in your life. Get them a few colored ones here and there. They can be found on Amazon, and they're made by Glencairn. That's right, the same ones that make the clear ones make the colored ones. Alright, so that's the standard Glencairn. That's what you see most often on this channel. It's what I drink out of most often if it's an expensive bourbon or it's a good bourbon or I'm trying to really enjoy it. But what if I do want to see the color, right? What do? I use this bad boy right here. Now, you might have seen this in my Christmas Gifts episode video from last year, which I'll link above if you want to see it. My wife got this for me. It has these fun little tasting notes on it here, and it has 4 little cute Glencairn light glasses. They're like an intermediate size. These, I think, are like... There's no base to them, but they're a little bit smaller than a Glencairn. I'll hold one up here. There you go. See? There's a difference in size. Not too terrible, but there's a difference. The Glencairns, by the way, also fit onto this board. So if you just want to get a board, has numbers. So we'll pull it up so everyone can see. Has numbers there. So as you can see, the Glencairn fits. Obviously the glasses that came with it fit as well. And so do a variety of other glasses. So these fun little boards, you might say, well, what do you want a little board for? Well, it's always good to be reminded of the different types of taste. So use this quite a bit when I'm trying to come up with some tasting notes. I'm like, what is that? You know, we look right here and go, you know, it's kind of spicy. Well, that could be clove, cinnamon, allspice, black coffee, nutmeg, or peppercorns, according to this board. So it does help in those aspects. Another great gift idea. So these are very similar to the Glencairn in their shape. They got a little tulip shape to it. Really no difference in the nose, so I do use these sometimes. I think I've used these on the channel. You've seen these on the channel as well. These were from Etsy. So you might want to search on Etsy for a little tasting tray. And there's plenty of different designs. You even customize them. So what if you're out by the grill, it's a hot summer day, and you really want a nice Manhattan or old-fashioned or cocktail of your choice? That's right, the rocks glass. Look at this fancy one, even has some gold on it here. And you might note that my rocks glass even has a slight tulip shape. And you might go, where'd you get these? I bet they were expensive. Wrong. These were cheap, and in fact so cheap, they were free. It says Cooper and Thief Cellar Masters. So you might say, well, what's Cooper and Thief? Cooper and Thief is a wine company that ages their wine in bourbon barrels. So while today we're not doing a wine review, by the way, this is very delicious, and we may do one in the future. At Christmas time, in Pennsylvania, This bottle is sold with 2 of these stacked up for $28.99. So you get 2 rocks glasses and a delicious, delicious bottle of red wine aged artfully in bourbon barrels. Now I have other rocks glasses, but I got like 8 of these suckers because I like that wine so much. So I do have a lot of these rocks glasses floating around. They're pretty good. If I break one, guess what? Christmas comes around every year. Get another set. So, great option for some free rocks glasses if you're interested with the tulip shape, which is not necessarily common. Usually there are a lot of straight-walled rocks glasses out there. So, rocks glasses, bigger area to nose. You got to get your nose in there deeper to get the same sense off of the bourbon, but a great choice nonetheless. Sometimes the wife will look at you with those eyes like, you're really going to have another pour tonight. And you say, don't worry. It's only one more pour. There it is. My one more pour glass. My mini Glencairn. Or the wee Glencairn, as they're officially called by Glencairn Company. So for a size comparison, which I don't think the pictures really do it justice, look at that size comparison. This thing barely holds a single shot. So, massive difference on the size. Pinky's up with this little guy here. But this is a fun thing to have if you're trying to have a real fancy bourbon tasting with friends. You can get a bunch of these and just nose them as well. They're, similar experience. No different than the regular Glencairn, except, it's a wee Glencairn. So when your significant other, husband or wife, goes, you're going to have one more? Just go, don't worry. Got the perfect glass for it right here. The wee Glencairn. Now, let's set the picture. We're having a tasting event. You got 3, 4, 5, 10 buddies coming over. And you're like, crap, I don't have enough Glencairns. And we got a ton of whiskeys coming. What are we going to taste out of? And I have a simple answer that should satisfy most of the United States and perhaps other parts of the world, not sure. The answer is this little guy right here. You might go, well, is that a candle holder? No, it is not a candle holder. This is looks like a little fun shot glass. It is glass. Size comparison. Here's our wee Glencairn, so it holds more than that. Here's our real Glencairn, smaller than that. So a great size. And again, the price on these puppies here, free if you think about it. So where do I acquire these free and in bulk? I have about 40 of these suckers. So I can have 4 people over and we can have 10 pours each. And there's glasses for everybody. And you don't have to reuse the same glass. You just one and done, baby. So where do I get these free suckers at? Right here at the dang old Costco. That's right. Every Costco in America, at least, sells these Belgium or Italian-made desserts in 6-packs for anywhere from $7.99 to $9.99, maybe $10.99. And these little 6-packs come in these glass containers. So here's 6 glass containers for free because your fat ass is going to enjoy these desserts anyway. This one here, for those that care, Dolce de Leche. I've also had some chocolate ones as well. So pick your poison for what dessert you want. But here's how we get bulk glassware in the Bourbon Bill household. The old Costco. And it's a sweet treat on top of the bourbon. Alright, we're getting down to the end here. This wasn't going to be a long video, but a couple people have asked, well, how do you measure how much bourbon that you're putting in the glass? Normally, right here, steady as can be. That looks good. That's an ounce. That's what I say to myself. But when that doesn't work, we have the mini measure. Measuring shot glass. It goes up to an ounce here. We can go quarter ounce, half ounce, 3/4, an ounce. So we pour it once, twice, 1 pour in the Bourbon Bill household. So I use the mini measure, made in the US of A as well. in case you were wondering. And lastly, I have gotten this question, what do you use for sample bottles? I'll try to put the link below, but for sample bottles I use these clear glass sample bottles off Amazon. They come with a fun little metal funnel, so you don't spill your bourbon everywhere trying to put them into these thin necks. Make sure you get the leak-proof caps with the plastic cone inside so that you don't have any leaks. These also come with not only several of these funnels, but they also come with labels. And depending on which one you get, you have your choice of labels. Here we have the old Staples variety. Here's just a square one. What is that? Goddamn Buffalo Trace. And then over here we have, here we have the fancy scalloped edges one. Whew, that's fancy. And as our friend over at Gentleman and Whiskey, John, has told me, you can have Staples custom make you some fancy labels. With whatever logo, name, whatever you want on it, you can do that as well. We're too cheap to do that here, so I use the free labels that come with the sample bottles. So one thing I forgot to mention, which might help everybody out, when you see a Glencairn glass and it says gift carton, this is the gift carton. It is cardboard, not very sturdy, just cardboard. If you see a presentation case, it is a much sturdier hard cardboard with a little lining of some sort that the glass sits in. Those are fancier, but your cheapest option is always the gift carton, which is just simply a cardboard wrapper. So keep that in mind if you're gifting Glencairns to somebody. So I hope that was helpful to you. So I'm curious in the comments to what you guys use. That's what we use here. If you got something wild and crazy that you use, you got another free hack to get some free glassware, let me know. I'm always interested in those kind of things. So I also want to take a second to thank everybody for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Very important. It's all free for you to do and does help the channel immensely. We're up to about 320 or so subscribers as of now. We're headed to 400. So anything you can do to help, we appreciate it. Have a great evening, everybody.